A big WWE return is starting to get teased, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out some big new things for Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock. Starting things off with a big return that continues to be teased and hinted at by the individual themselves, and that is Sheamus. Sheamus has been quietly gone missing since August 2023, when he faced Edge in what turned out to be Edge's final WWE match ever. So that was a special night and a special match. But the other surprising narrative about that match that no one expected was for Sheamus to disappear and vanish after that match. But that's exactly what happened. It was reported that Sheamus was dealing with some injuries and had some procedures done in the months after his most recent match in August. And now everyone is awaiting his return to the WWE ring and wondering why he hasn't popped up back yet. And it's a situation that Sheamus himself hasn't really tried avoiding. Sheamus has been very active in recent weeks on social media and teasing his WWE return in many different ways. He's posting cryptic messages every so often. He'll be putting up posts and then taking them down right after. He's posting pictures with Gunther, hinting at the idea of coming back after him, and many other teasers sprinkled in along the way. So that's a return that a lot of fans got their eyes peeled for right now, especially being in the road to WrestleMania and the weeks immediately following WrestleMania. It's always known as a big time period for big returns. So hopefully Sheamus and his big return isn't that far out. Rhea Ripley broke character this week to respond to a sad and pathetic video from a WWE live event. A fan posted a video showcasing how Maxxine Dupri was getting booed and heckled out of the building after one of her matches at a recent WWE live event. Rhea Ripley took to Twitter to directly respond to that situation and stand up for Maxxine, and slam those fans that are just overall being poor human beings. She had this to say, quote, "I really wish that some of you got booed and ridiculed in the public eye while being new at your job. Learning and getting better is all a part of being human. Be better as humans," end quote. Rhea Ripley wasn't the only superstar to respond to the live event video. Zelina Vega also jumped in with a message for Maxxine Dupri and had this to say, quote, "This is absolutely horrible. She doesn't deserve that. She's such a kind soul and works really hard. I would love if the bad parts of the biz don't harden her heart. They probably just mad because they can't drink your bathwater, Maxxine," end quote. And Rhea and Zelina Vega couldn't have worded it any better. The whole situation would be similar to someone who's brand new at a job, getting heckled and harassed by longtime veterans and peers of the job for not doing things as perfectly as they do it. Of course, they're not going to be as perfect of you. They're a rookie. They're brand new to the job. Got to give them some time to learn the job before you slander them. And that situation makes sense here and applies to the current situation with Maxxine Dupri. She's about to turn 27 years old. Just had her first match literally months ago. Didn't really get much time to develop in NXT since she was called up so fast. So she's doing her best and doing all of her learning right now while on the road with the main roster. So it's a pretty tough task to deal with when you're putting it all together. And now to have horrible wrestling fans react the way that they did at live events definitely doesn't make things any easier. But like Zelina said, Maxxine is a kind soul, and like Chad Gable has said in times past, she's legitimately extremely serious about her desire to train and improve her skills in the ring. So hopefully she's able to stay motivated by the great words from her coworkers. This week also saw Cody Rhodes get by not one, but two separate obstacles placed in front of him by the Bloodline. Prior to Elimination Chamber, Roman and Paul Heyman were heavily in Grayson Waller's ear to see how they would use Waller to benefit themselves in the ongoing battle against Cody Rhodes. It looks like part of their plan was to use Waller to stir the pot with the Grayson Waller effect segment, and for Waller to take out Cody Rhodes on the February 26th edition of Raw. And as we saw, Grayson Waller was unsuccessful in both of those tasks given to him by the Bloodline. Cody Rhodes easily took care of Grayson Waller in the match, and it led to us seeing the Bloodline's backup plan. Paul Heyman came out to the ring by himself, with no other Bloodline members by his side, to simply deliver a message, and that message was for Cody Rhodes to leave The Rock's name out of his mouth or else. Heyman might have had no Bloodline members with him, but who he did have by his side was a group of alleged off-duty police officers. Paul Heyman tried using this group of police officers to do the job that Grayson Waller couldn't do, and that's take out Cody Rhodes. But Cody ended up taking out every single one of those officers with ease. Cody then made it known that the Bloodline isn't hurting him, that he's the word hunting the Bloodline. So it looks like the message was received by Cody Rhodes, but not really accepted by him. He's not backing down, and definitely won't stop talking about The Rock even more now. And The Rock himself is set for 3 straight Smackdown appearances in March. He'll be on the March 1st, March 8th, and March 15th edition of Smackdown. So there'll be plenty of time for The Rock to respond to Cody Rhodes and keep the story flowing there for 3 weeks straight. And also in the new promotional video for The Rock's upcoming Smackdown appearances, you can see several new shots of The Rock posing in his ring gear for the first time in 2024. Those promotional shots of The Rock in ring gear is pretty much the first time that The Rock has laced up his boots and dressed in ring gear since that short 2016 WrestleMania match with Eric Rowan. The Rock hasn't been seen in his full ring gear ever since then. So that trailer gives us first glimpses of The Rock in ring gear for the first time in nearly 8 full years. So with Cody lying out a challenge to The Rock for a match, and now the promotional Smackdown trailer showing The Rock in full ring gear, fans are starting to believe that we'll see The Rock in action back inside the ring sometime within the next 2 months. Sure, they can do Cody Rhodes versus The Rock on SmackDown, and maybe that would pull in a lot of buzz and interest, but it just seems like too big of a match to have on SmackDown. Minus that 2016 Eric Rowan match, The Rock hasn't competed in a full match since 2013. So maybe WWE wants to save his first big match back for the WrestleMania stage itself. The plan for The Rock's return to the ring should be extremely clear during the next 3 weeks. But it still appears to be safe to assume that The Rock will be competing at WrestleMania 40 in some capacity. But we'll just have to wait and see what the match and role turns out to be for him. Will it be Cody Rhodes versus The Rock, Cody and Seth versus Roman and The Rock, or maybe even another possibility we don't know about quite yet? But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.